up and make use of it.
Yeah.
Okay, sir, you can start the session now.
Yeah, designing of a hybrid energy based micro power system on its feasibility studies. First, what is meant by design? What is the objective of this workshop? What is the objective? What is meant by designing? What is meant by modeling of a system? Can anyone tell me? Why we need of doing this actually? Suppose you're all undergraduate students, maybe 6th semester or 8th semester, maybe 4th semester. You're all completing your undergraduation and you're going to join some electrical companies. They will tell you to design one solar power plant for a particular location. They will tell you to design solar hybrid energy based microgrid for a particular community, particular industry. Then what you will do? First option, can anyone share? This task is given to you after completion of your 8th semester. Maybe when you join some company. What you are going to do actually? Can anyone tell me? If answer is wrong also no problem. Please try to interact. What you are going to do?
To study the what is we are going to do that project or something production. We want to analyze that.
You wanted to analyze that. See, when you talk about design and feasibility of a solar and hybrid energy systems, there are many parameters we need to consider here. What you told is correct. We need to analyze. How will you analyze? See, you need to see the location. Suppose power plant, solar PV power plant I am designing for NIT Tiruchirappalli. Maybe it is good for NIT Tiruchi, but if I change the location, that may not good, correct? We need to see potential of each and every location. And wind is good for NIT Tiruchirappalli. That may not be good for Hyderabad location. That means feasibility studies must be conducted. How will you know the system is good for this particular location? What analysis you will do when you have this type of project? How will you simulate? What kind of softwares you have for design and feasibility analysis? Design and feasibility analysis means you are going to model a actual system in a simulator. Then you are going to analyze the performance of the system. That means feasibility of the system for that particular location, whether it is cost effective or whether it is technically good or whatever the energy produced by the system is sufficient to meet the load requirement. All these things we need to do, correct? That means what actually, when you wanted to design a solar power plant or hybrid energy based microgrid, what actually you are going to do? You should have a modeling the system. You have to model the system. When you model the system, that is sufficient. What is required after modeling? What is required after modeling? Can anyone tell me? You are able to model solar power plant for your college, rooftop solar power plant. You are able to model for your academic block or something. After that, what you have to do, how it is performing, how yields are changing with respect to time. How will you analyze? What is required to analyze? Tell me. Can anyone? You know how to model a solar power plant. What is required?
Simulation.
Simulation. In the simulation, what you are going to do? In the simulation, what you are going to do? You are going to model a complete system. When you model a complete system, what is the input for your solar PV generally? The solar PV output is depends upon what parameters?
Sun.
Sun means irradiance, temperature and all, correct? Irradiance, temperature and all, correct? Irradiance, temperature and all, correct? That means if you design a solar PV system for a college available in Hyderabad, or if you design a solar PV system college available in NIT or somewhere Trichy or some places, the potential assessment of your location is different from Trichy location. People will agree for that? People will agree for that? Whatever yields you are getting in Hyderabad location is different from NIT Trichy location. Why it is different? The climate is different. The irradiance levels are different there, and temperature is different there. When it comes to Tirchi or some other places, the irradiance and temperature is different. That means when you wanted to set up, when you wanted to design your project, when you wanted to set up a solar power plant, hybrid energy based system, you should assess the potential of that particular solar power plant or hybrid energy based system. That potential assessment can be done in Homer software. Why we need of this doing potential assessment? We wanted to know how much investment you are doing on the project. You need to convince your management. That means you need to design a system. How much installment, that means initial cost you are putting on that, and what is the returns you are going to get, and what is the lifetime of the project, and each and every time how much yields produced by the system. That means what is the objective of this design and feasibility of a solar PV system and hybrid energy based system design, to understand the technicality of the system. That means technically how your model is perfect, whether your model is producing the energy requirement and to meeting the load requirement, if it is autonomous, all those things can be done in technical performance. Next is economical. Once you design project, you need to sell your electrical power to the customers. That means your lifetime of the project may be 25 years. Whatever money you will get, you need to LCOE, you need to fix. LCOE means unit cost, levelized cost of the energy, and net present cost, life cycle cost. All those assessments you have to do. When you wanted to do this, you need to perform feasibility studies. That means your project should be technically good, economically good, and whatever the project you are developing, that project should not affect the environment. All these things we need to check when you wanted to implement any solar power plant or hybrid energy based system. This is must and should. Then this is what I am telling before installation. Before installation, preliminary assessment you are doing. Before installation, doing survey on particular location, performing simulations by using Homer, or there are several softwares, by using Homer, PVSys, by using MATLAB, any type of software you can use for the feasibility studies. Then you will get a clear picture how technically my project is good, how economically, whether we can go ahead or not, whether it is satisfying the environmental aspects or not. Based on this, you can take a decision. And also, the project developed in Hyderabad is not exactly suitable for Tiruchirappalli application. Maybe wind speed may be high in Tiruchi. Wind we can increase comparing that of solar. All those feasibility studies we can judge, we can see in the Homer software. And once you do the simulation and perform the things, and you are able to analyze the things, once you are able to establish the project. Establishment, actual project is implemented. Once you implement the actual project, then after that also we need to assess the performance of the system. That means before also we need to study design and feasibility studies, and after designing we need to assess the performance of the system in terms of technology and in terms of project development and viability of the system. Why we need this? Why before it is required, after also it is required? After that we can compare actual performance of the system is exactly matching, or is there any error, or whether our predicted results are matching with the actual results. All those things can be done after installing the project if you do the performance analysis of a solar PV system or hybrid energy systems. Then we can decide whether our project can be extended, or some more sources can be added. Some 50 megawatt project can be converted into 100 megawatt. All those things can be done. After installation also, we can do performance assessment. After installation, if you wanted to do performance assessments, we have a lot of guidelines from IEC, Indian Electro Commission, 61724 standards. There are all standards available. Based on those standards, we can perform performance assessment, and we can decide whether our actual system is exactly working with simulation results, or is there any difference between that, and how to improve the system performance. And sometimes solar may not be suitable for some particular locations. We may have to opt some other source. All those things can be done in Homer software. And see, everybody talks about power system, micro power system, all these things. First of all, what is meant by micro power system? What is the difference? I think principal madam also explained, and your HOD sir also explained about what is microgrid and how it works and all. What is meant by exactly? I'm continuing that. What is meant by micro power system? Can anyone define what is meant by micro power system? Students, why I am calling as a micro power system? Why? What is the difference between conventional power system and micro power system? Can anyone? Whatever you know, you tell me. No problem. We'll continue from there.
Small power system.
Small power. That means you are talking in terms of rating. Small means rating, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Next. Only that is the difference between your whatever you are studying in conventional systems and this micro power system. One thing I wanted to tell you, your micro power system is designed for a particular heat load or electrical load applications. Particularly, I will design microgrid or micro power system for a NIT Trichy load or your college load. I don't want to serve any other load. I wanted to serve only your college load. Or your college may be having some heat loads. That heat loads also I wanted to serve. That means, how can you differentiate? Micro power system does not have long transmission system. Micro power system is designed for a particular load applications. And micro power system can serve both electrical and heat loads. And micro power system can be interacted with grid or can be isolated. That means there is no interaction. You can only serve your college. You don't need to send power to grid, or you don't need to receive power from the grid. Like that also you can design. Or you wanted to design, if excessive power is available, you can send it to grid. Sufficient power is not available in your system, then you can import from the grid. Can anyone tell me what are some examples of micro power system? Can anyone tell me examples of some micro power system? Solar power plants will not come under micro power system. Solar power plants are not serving the particular load. Solar power plants are designed to integrate it to the grid. Whatever the power generated, that entire power is integrated to the grid, sending it to the grid, and then the transmission distribution takes place. Then the customers will receive that. But that is not the objective of. Hello?
Tidal power plants.
Yeah, don't talk in terms of source. I'm talking about tidally, maybe one of the source in your micro power system. Examples. You are talking about source. Tidal is a source of power generation. That is not the definition for micro powers. Micro power system, combination of sources, loads. Correct? Suppose I have one solar battery system serving a remote load. Some 4 houses I have. I have solar, battery, and serving entire 4 houses load. This comes under micro power system. Will you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Next, wind and diesel serving an isolated village, or diesel generator serving an isolated village, but that is not suggestible. But diesel generator serving isolated load, or solar, wind, and diesel generator serving a isolated loads. All this comes under micro power system. Why all this comes under micro power system? You don't have any transmission line, you don't have any distribution system, large distribution system. You have a load, particular load. To serve that particular load, you are generating power in your system, in your community itself, in your village itself. All these examples comes under micro power system. All these designs can be done. It may be your micro systems can be interacting with grid, that is secondary, but they are designed for particular load applications, and they don't have transmission network, and they don't have distribution network, large distribution network, if I wanted to say. What is the difference between micro power system? That's what we explained just now. Power plants that supply electricity to high voltage transmission system do not qualify as micro power system because they are not dedicated to particular load. They are not dedicated to particular load. What Homer will do? You people may not be knowing what is meant by Homer. Homer means hybrid optimization for electric renewables. This is developed by NREL, National Renewable Energy Laboratory, USA. This software is used for the designing of micro power systems, or you can call as a micro grids. Homer basically started the term with micro power system, then converted into micro grid. That means what is the objective of this Homer software is to design a micro grid. And how you are going to design? You have different sources. You have different sources of energies. That means one of my student friend told tidal is not there in the Homer. For your kind information, you cannot use tidal for the analysis purpose. Whatever is there, I'll explain. You need to design your micro power system based on hybrid energy sources. Hybrid energy sources means solar, wind, diesel generator, you have biomass, you have fuel cells, you have a component. All these components are available in the system. You can use hydro also you can use for designing of your micro power system. You have battery storage. All these things are available. And what you are going to do after modeling, designing means you are going to create AC bus system, DC bus system. How many solar panels are required depends upon that. All those things you are going to do. What all the energy sources you have to use for the particular application also you are going to design. After that, what we have to do? We have to check our project is technically perfect or economically perfect or environmentally perfect. How will you check that? That analysis can be done in Homer. How Homer can model grid-connected and off-grid micro power systems serving electrical and thermal loads. Micro power system consists of all these components: solar PV module, wind turbines, small hydro, biomass, micro turbines, fuel cells, hydrogen storage. You can use whatever the source you wanted to use for modeling of your micro power system. Hands-on session, I will show how to use each and every component for designing tomorrow. Today we'll see what we can do, what we can achieve from Homer. Why micro power system designing? See, you are designing, you know that micro power system means only some hybrid energy sources will be there, some particular load will be there. Why our system is complicated? Designing is very challenging. Why? What is the reason behind that? Can anyone tell me this? What problems you will get when you wanted to design? How Homer will solve that problems we'll discuss. Why micro power system designing is challenging? Can anyone tell me? You got clear idea about designing now. Why it is challenging? Can anyone tell me? Students?
Generation stations.
Hello?
Location of the right, sir.
Yeah, that is one parameter. Next.
Wiring, sir. Next, wiring and distribution, sir. We have to do it at a place. Same place now.
Wiring in terms of, I didn't get. Wiring is not so difficult, correct?
No availability of natural resources.
Okay. Next,
Complete output.
complete output means what is the what you wanted to say actually? Complete output means
Of a system, sir.
of a system. See,
Re-
you will have
reliable
reliability. Yeah, that is also one of the important things. Okay.
100% reliable.
Yeah. See, you will have a lot of design options, correct? Which one to choose? Which is the better design configuration for my location, for my application, for my load? What are the design options you have? That means large number of design options. See, if you see, you can do projects. You can design your small hybrid system for your college. That hybrid system may be consisting of solar PV, battery, or maybe you're getting lot of waste from your college or hostels or something. You can use biomass. You can install some biomass and integrate. That is one option. That option may be feasible. That option may not be feasible. Depends upon your location. Depends upon the output of your location. What means solar irradiation and biomass input. All those things we need to check. Correct. That means, and we can go for wind if it is far from city and it is located in hilly stations. Then we can go for wind. That means we have a lot of design options. Which one to choose? Which is the better option for this particular location when I wanted to do a real-time project? How can I design my real-time system? That all performances. That means when I use biomass, what will happen? When I use wind and biomass combination, what will happen? Wind and biomass solar combination, what will happen? Depends upon whatever the analysis you wanted to do. You can check that all options in the Homer software. That is why this challenge can be overcome by using Homer software. Large number of design options. What sources I have to use? Maybe cells may be suitable for your purpose, or you may be near to some river. Picohydral power plant may be it is possible to construct. There are some papers on Kerala. They studied based on hydro power plants. By taking the data from that, and they simulated everything in Homer and they presented. All those analysis can be done in Homer. Then you can see each combination. Then you can select your best design for your final execution. Next thing is uncertainty in key parameters. And also, as I told you, your systems are designed for particular load size or particular load applications. When your systems are designed for your particular load size or load applications, your loads are not constant here. Loads are fluctuating. This is called uncertainty. You are designing, considering some kind of load and some kind of stuff, but your load is going to change in the future. When load changes, how your hybrid model should act, how your energy sources should supply the power. All those analysis can be done in Homer. Somebody was talking, some friend was telling about fuel price. He was telling DG is required to improve the reliability because our autonomous systems are designed based on renewable energy sources. When our autonomous systems, hybrid energy systems, are designed based on renewable energy sources, our renewable energy output is not constant. It is not in our hand. It is varying with respect to time. It is varying, depends upon the climatic conditions. That means we need to maintain the reliability of the system. When we wanted to maintain the reliability of the system, we may go for battery storage. How much we can use batteries? That means we need to use diesel generator also in standby. If whenever we need, then we can switch on. That means when you are designing your autonomous microgrid, if that autonomous microgrid consisting of a diesel generator, the diesel price today is not constant, tomorrow is not constant, day after tomorrow is not constant. When diesel price is changing with respect to time, sometime your diesel generator will be switched on for some particular time of load to meet the peak load demand. When your fuel cost is changing with respect to time, that will affect your project. How that will affect your project? Your LCOE decided today is not same for tomorrow, because today you might have considered my diesel price is $1 per liter. Tomorrow maybe it is $1.5. Today actually the fuel price increased. Then whatever LCOE you fixed yesterday is not same for today. Then when this all uncertainty parameters are changing, how will you design those? How will you consider uncertainty issues? All those issues also can be addressed by our Homer software. As I discussed, renewable power sources add further complexity, because somebody was telling power output may be intermediate, because our input sources are intermediate. Then automatically renewable power output is intermediate. Next, seasonal and not dispatchable. Availability of the renewable sources may be uncertain. We don't know. Today I may not get solar completely because of rain. Then what I have to do? How to run my hybrid system? When that situation comes, how to solve my issue? All those can be answered by Homer. Homer was designed to overcome these challenges. How to design a micro power system by using Homer? This is what Homer performs. 3 basic principle tasks. That means up to now what you understood, what is meant by micro power system, and what is the difference between conventional systems and micro power systems, what available, what we can do by using Homer, and how we will design our microgrid or micro power system, that we discussed up to now. But when you look at how the simulation takes place, how to design a micro power system by using Homer, Homer performs 3 principal tasks. How Homer executes our task. First one is simulation. Second one is optimization. Third one is sensitivity analysis. That is called uncertainty analysis. We can call as uncertainty analysis or sensitivity analysis. In the simulation process, Homer models the performance of a particular micro power system configuration each hour of the year to determine its technical feasibility and life cycle cost. In the simulation process, what you are going to do, you are going to select your load. You are going to estimate your load first of all. After estimating the load, you are going to select your DGs. That's what your HOD sir was telling, DGs, energy sources. And you are going to integrate, and you will have a bidirectional converters and whatever the schematic. We will discuss one case study today after completion of this. Then you will get a clear picture. Then after modeling, what you have to do, I'll tell you one thing. I was talking, your output yields are not constant. Output yields are varying with respect to time. When output yields are varying with respect to time, how that yields analysis can be done? Can anyone tell me? You have a solar system. You don't have anyhow, no hardware is there, nothing is there, nothing is available. You wanted to predict the yields of your solar PV system for a Hyderabad location. How will you predict? What you will do actually?
First, we have to observe climate conditions, sir.
How will you observe? What sources you have for observing climatic conditions?
Visually, sir, then we can depend upon weather reports.
Weather reports. Yeah. Good answer. That weather reports in terms of you're talking about irradiance, how it is changing, and temperature, how it is changing, wind velocity, how it is changing, all those things, correct? Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And in seasons,
yeah.
radiation of sun also varies, sir. In winter, it is the best for solar generation.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. That means according to you, you need to have, when you wanted to do feasibility studies, you should know about the weather, climatic conditions, correct? Without that, we cannot proceed with feasibility studies. In Homer software, please all of you listen, this is very important. Homer software is integrated to NASA and National Renewable Energy Laboratory, NREL. They are maintaining a database in Homer software itself. Depends upon your latitude and longitude, you can import resource for that particular location, then you can perform the analysis. Any doubt on this? My friend told weather location, weather reports. That weather reports, you no need to monitor and you need not to get for your particular location. You just find out the latitude and longitude of your particular location. For your input micro power system model, you can integrate, you can import data for your location from NASA or there are two options, NASA and NREL. You can opt for anything. I will show you tomorrow how to use that. Then he was talking weather is different in summer and winter and rainy seasons. All those performance also we can do. How our solar PV system is acting according to that input irradiations, according to the temperatures, according to that wind velocity and all, we can see if it is a wind systems. That option also we have. That means when you model a system, that modeled system should have the input resources. That input resources can be taken from NASA or NREL, National Renewable Energy Laboratory, by sitting at your home. In the optimization process, Homer simulate many different systems. That's what I'm telling you. What is the different systems here? See, I was telling you, your college project is designed by using solar, wind, battery, and biomass or diesel generator. Diesel generator is must because for reliability improvement. Sometimes, which is optimum? Your solar and biomass may be optimum. Solar and DG may be optimum. Sometimes solar and wind may be optimum. When you operate your solar and wind, what is NPC? What is LCOE? How much amount of energy penetrated by your solar PV system? How much amount of energy penetrated by your wind system? All those things we can analyze by using Homer. Then after that means you will get a different combinations. Once you model a system, that is called simulation. Then after that, when you optimize the system, you will get a different combinations. First combination with solar and PV. This is the best rank. This is the best system for this particular location. If you design your particular project by using this schematic, this architecture, you have to fix LCOE like this. Our NPC will be like this. All those things will be done. Second rank, solar and biomass is the best thing. Next category. Or solar and wind is the best category. Solar and wind and battery is the best category. All those things you will get in terms of optimized results. Based on that optimized, each combination will be simulated. Each combination, without solar also simulated, without wind also simulated. That options we have to give. Without biomass also simulated. When you run this particular system, what will happen? All the information will get from Homer. We can perform that analysis also from the Homer. Yeah, I was talking about sudden change of load. That is called sensitivity analysis, uncertainty analysis. What will happen when your load suddenly changes? How your hybrid system has to react? That is one thing. And also, when you are designing a project, you need to think about economics. Your inflation rate today is different and tomorrow is different. Your discount rates, you will get what you will get from the system is different. Tomorrow it is different. Your fuel cost today is different. Your fuel cost tomorrow is different. Or your solar irradiance levels or wind is uncertainty that may change. When changes, that means all these things are not in our hand. We will have to assume, we'll have to analyze when changes took place, when changes happens, what will happen to the system. All those performances can be done. In the sensitivity analysis, Homer performs multiple optimization under a range of input assumptions. That means we'll assume this is what condition going to happen. When this is happening, how to overcome that? When it is happening, what is the parameter? What parameters are going to change? How parameters will affect our project? All those analysis can be done by using Homer. That uncertainty parameters we need to predict and we need to give as a inputs. Based on that inputs, the simulation takes place, and we'll get idea when uncertainty comes into picture, how our project is sustainable, or whether it is sustainable or not. Also, we can check by using Homer. That's what we discussed. Average wind speed is changing. Fuel price is varying. This is the total relation between simulation optimization and uncertainty analysis, that is called sensitivity analysis. Optimization simulation, in the simulation layer, what you are going to do, you are going to model the system by considering different energy sources, different loads. Then after that, you are going to optimize the system. When you optimize the system, you will get a different architectures. That architecture consisting of different energy sources, and which combination, which architecture is better for our designing of a particular system. Then after that, uncertainty analysis, that is called sensitivity analysis. When uncertainty parameters comes into picture, that situation comes into picture, how our project is sustainable, that we are going to check in this level. That means Homer performs 3 stages of simulations. One is 3 stages of 3-stage layer: simulation, optimization, and sensitivity analysis. That we'll discuss. We'll see how practically we'll do in the simulation in the tomorrow's session. What Homer will do in simulation and optimization. Simulation process models particular system configuration. The optimization system determines the best possible system configuration. That means what will happen, that's what I discussed. In simulation process, what will happen, you are designing your whatever is there in your mind. Whatever the system is there in your mind, you are designing. You are taking solar, wind, biomass, DG, battery, all these things you are taking. Then after that, what you are doing, optimization process you are doing. When you do optimization process, the ranking will be given. The first architecture, this one is good. The second architecture, this one is good. Third architecture, this one is good. Architecture means combination of loads and the energy sources. I'll show you what is meant by architecture today. In Homer, the best possible or optimum system configuration is the best satisfies the user specific constraints at lowest total net present cost. That means how you are going to decide which one is optimum.
Sir,
We need to check. Yeah.
can we design nuclear power station in Homer software?
No. Nuclear power system is not available.
Only renewable, sir.
We have only renewable. We cannot
Okay,
design. We cannot design nuclear. You cannot design thermal. We cannot design all those things. We cannot design. Nuclear option is not there. In the first slide, slide I showed you, correct? What components we have? We have solar, wind, biomass, diesel, fuel cells, hydel, almost all, everything is, we have DG. DG not comes under renewable, but DG we have. Diesel generator we have to maintain the reliability. Nuclear we don't have, thermal we don't have. And also one more thing, in future, everything will be renewable. All the governments, if you take any government, they are not ready to invest money on thermal power plants, nuclear power plants. Nobody is investing money, according to my knowledge. Everybody, in future, we may have to disconnect. That situation may comes into picture because we are dealing with so lot of environmental problems. We are facing lot of problems due to the environment. We need to protect our environment. How to protect our environment? That can be possible when you give off your utility connection. Utility connection means you don't need to take supply from distribution line or APSP, DCL, TSP, TNB. I don't know exactly. Okay, you don't need to take supply from them. You generate your own supply. You generate your own electrical power. You run your loads. That when we do that, our system will be. We are able to protect our environment. Otherwise, protecting the environment is not easy. In future, objective is generate your own supply in your home and use it. Autonomous systems that may come, not exactly, we may not see, in future it will come. Finding the optimum system configuration may involve deciding the mix of components that the system should contain, size of the quantity of each component, and dispatch strategy of this. That's what we discussed. Ranking the feasible ones and finding the best ranked system for the design of system. Now questions. Who can use this software? Can anyone tell me this? Who can use it? You know brief idea about software and what is happening. Who can use actually?
Anyone.
Everyone. Why everyone?
Because it was renewable sources now.
Whoever wants to design a microgrid or micropower system based on hybrid energy sources, they can use for the applications. Next, where and why do we use this? Anywhere you can use. For your house purpose you can use. That means you can design a system for your house itself. Depends upon the sources, maybe solar rooftop or whatever it is, depends upon the resources, and you can design your model for your house itself, for your college or anywhere. What potential might it have? What is the potential Homer is having? Homer is having the potential to analyze complete system in terms of economical, in terms of technical, in terms of environmental. What it will do actually? Whatever model you design, that system will be optimized. That system will be optimized. Based on that optimization, you are going to rank the system. Based on that ranking, you are going to select for a particular location or particular configuration for a designing purpose. How does it work? We'll see. This answer will be given tomorrow. How does it work? And how to use it, that we'll see tomorrow. What questions Homer can answer? What questions Homer can? Please unmute yourself. When you wanted to talk, please talk. Please unmute yourself. Some mic is working. questions Homer can answer. Should I buy a wind turbine? Suppose I'm designing a micro power system for a particular location. Shall I go ahead with the wind turbine? Shall I design my PV system? What is the rating? Or whether I can use the combination of both the sources for my particular application. What can I do? All those things can be answered. Will my design meet the growing demand? The demand is increasing. That's what I'm telling you. Load is increasing. Whatever I design, my design meets the growing demand, increasing demand. That is answered by the Homer. How big should my battery bank? That means when you talk about autonomous microgrid, that autonomous microgrid should have battery banks. How many kilowatt hour of battery I have to use to run this particular system? What is the optimum sizing of my battery bank? Whether I have to use 500 kilowatt hour, whether I have to use 200 kilowatt hour, whether 2 kilowatt hour battery is sufficient to run my system. What is the input given to the battery in a year, annual, and what is the output delivered by the battery? And we can do analysis on battery also by using Homer. And also we can estimate what is the SOC of the battery in each and every instant, each and every hour. That is also can be done by using SOC battery. Homer. What if the fuel price changes? That's what we discussed. What if inflation rate changes? What if discount rate changes? What if fuel price changes? What if wind velocity changes? What if solar irradiation changes? All those uncertainty events can be simulated and analyzed by using our Homer software. What is the price of electricity generated? This is what. Finally, our objective is, after modeling, we need to check whether what is the cost of our unit generated. Whether it is 1 rupee or 2 rupee or $2 or $3 or $0.5, that is also decided by the Homer. How should I operate my system? That's what. We have different configurations, different architectures. Which system, which one is better for operating particular condition and particular time? That is also answered by Homer. We'll see one case study. Now I'll just recall what and all we discussed. We discussed what is microgrid, micro power system, then difference between conventional system and micro power system, then what actually Homer does, and how to simulate what are the layers available in Homer, how we will import the data from NASA, how can NREL data can be used for analysis purpose, what and all components available in Homer, how can we simulate the system, optimize the system, and how can we do the uncertainty analysis, and also we discussed. This case study, this is the case study considered. That's what I'm discussing you in the previous slides. This system can be modeled in Homer software. When you look at this, suppose I have one community. My objective is to design my hybrid micro power system for a community load application. That means this is the electrical load. This is the community load. How will I design this in the Homer software? And what I will get from as a result, and what analysis I can do by using Homer. That we will see in this case study. When you look at this system is integrated with the help of different renewable energy sources. We have a solar PV, and we have a wind generator, and we have a biomass, and we have a DG. And we have a community load that is represented as electric load. I have not considered any thermal load, but when you are designing in Homer, you can design thermal loads also. That option is also available. When I design this particular, this is a complete block diagram of the system, and I have a bidirectional converter. I can convert AC to DC. I can convert DC to AC also to charge the battery or to take the supply from the battery and utilize for my electric load application. This is the design model you have. Now tell me what Homer is going to do here. What Homer will do here? What will happen when you have this kind of system? Suppose you have different systems here, different energy sources, different DGs you have, that will get from Homer models, and we'll rig up the circuit as according to this, and we AC load we consider as AC load. We may get different architectures and different configurations as the suggestions according to the ranking. That means this is the complete system I simulated in a Homer software, but I will get a suggestions like this. When you look at your complete block diagram here, we have different sources here. We have solar, diesel, biomass, and wind. But when it comes to different configurations of the micro, this is the simulated. And after that, I took each architecture and represented here. When you look at figure A, this is the figure A, we have biomass and wind. G10 represent wind, and PV and battery storage. We don't have diesel generator. We don't have diesel generator in the first case. Second case, we have biomass and solar. We don't have wind. Third case, the complete system is running with biomass. And fourth case, the complete system is running with biomass and wind. Biomass and wind. We don't have solar. And fifth case, your complete system is running with biomass. Even we don't have battery storage. We can look at the figure here. Everybody able to make out the symbols here? Any difficulty you are facing? Students? No. You are able to understand, correct?
Sir, no, sir, it is clear. We can see that.
You can see. There is a variation between each configuration, each architecture. That's what I was talking. You might have not understood what is meant by architecture. The architecture means this. See, this is the system I simulated in my system. When I model my system, I have all the sources. But Homer suggested me like this. Homer algorithm told me to design your system like this. Why it is designed like this? When you look at first, when you look at your first case, we don't have DG. Second case, some sources are not available. Third architecture, some sources are not available. Fourth architecture, some sources are not like that. We have this many combinations. See, both are different. We have this many combinations of things. See, when you look at this, we don't have biomass. Up to this, we have biomass suggested. But after that, we don't have biomass. Every combination, every architecture is having different DGs, different energy sources supplying your load. But your load demand is same. I have not changed the load demand here. For this simulation, for this particular issue, I have not changed any load. Load I treated as a constant for entire year. Community load is estimated, that load is treated as a constant. Even you can change, how to change also I will show you in the simulation procedure. And also one more thing I wanted to tell you, all these things are ranked. First ranking is given to the figure A. That means Homer suggested this architecture. A architecture is the first one, B1 is the second one, C1. Like this we have, I have represented like that. What is the difference between first figure A to B, C, and you are able to see by looking at the model? But what parameters you have to assess? What parameters we have to assess? Technically, whether it is fit, or economically, whether it is fit, or environmentally, whether it is fit, we need to assess. How will you assess that? Each system we need to assess again and again, and we need to analyze what is happening. I hope you got the clear picture about optimization and representing the system in the ranking mode, and how optimization takes place and how simulation can be done. We'll see in the hands-on session. Okay, this is the flow diagram of the Homer. How actually the simulation takes place. Overall view, whatever I explained, same thing represented in terms of flowchart here. When you wanted to design your own project, first you should estimate the load. The load profile is very important. You need to estimate the load. After estimating the load, resources types, that is nothing but DG types, distributed generator types you have to decide. That means energy sources you have to decide. Resources availability. That resources availability can be checked from NASA or NREL, that is available, how we'll see. Then technical specifications of this thing. When you talk about these technical specifications, we have two options in Homer. We have two algorithms in Homer. One is search space, one is Homer optimizer. That means when you are simulating, you can go ahead with search space option, or you can go ahead with Homer optimizer. When you are using search space, what is going to happen is you are going to give the rating of the each DG. How will you decide each DG rating? That means solar rating, how will you decide? It depends upon, again, load. What is the load and what is the peak load, and all those things we need to do some analysis. Then these technical specifications can be given in two types. One is search space and one more is Homer optimizer. When you look at search space, we are going to give the rating of the solar PV system or rating of the wind system in different fashions. That means 2 kilowatt, 3 kilowatt, 4 kilowatt, 5 kilowatt, 6 kilowatt. Like that, we'll give some bunch of ratings. When we give, when you opt for search space, we have to give like this. When we give like that, each rating, and within that search space, which is the optimum size is selected by the algorithm available in Homer. And we don't want to take risk. I don't want to select my DG. I don't want to take the rating of the system. Let Homer only decide what is the rating I have to install. Let me check the better solution given by the Homer. Then you can opt for Homer optimization system. Then Homer optimization algorithm will work. Then Homer will select for that particular load application, what is the rating of the solar panel, what is the rating of the wind system, how the system will be connected. All those things can be done by using Homer optimization algorithm. That means that is there in your hand also to decide the rating and perform the simulations. And you wanted to see what actually optimum value from the Homer optimizer itself. We can also do that by using Homer optimizer. That option is available. Next one is project economics. When we talk about project economics, that's what I was telling. Lifetime of the project. If you assess the system for 25 years of life, if you consider the lifetime of the project for 25 years, parameters may be different. Our LCOE value, that means you need to sell the power generated from your hybrid system, correct? That LCOE is different, and net present cost is different. When you fix it to 20, what will happen, how it is affecting, how to change that, all those things can be considered. Project limitations also considered. If you have any limitations, analyze the feasible solutions, prioritize. That's what prioritize the better solutions based on this, and mini grid implementation, optimization, and sensitivity analysis. All these things will happen in the system. Next, I was talking, and also everybody might have got idea about resources. When I spoke about resources, Homer has the option to retrieve NASA or NREL data available for that particular location. That may be solar irradiation, that may be temperature, that may be biomass cannot be retrieved because biomass input we are going to give. Biomass input we are going to give. It is not depends upon the climatic condition. That is assumed as 8 tons per day. This project is implemented for Denmark Aalborg University location. I have done the project for that particular location and particular Aalborg. When we look at solar irradiation, our country solar irradiation is different from this. This correct? Can anyone predict what is the irradiation of India? Suppose Hyderabad. Can any student? All started sleeping or what?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yeah. This is the data I received from NASA. The location given is Denmark Aalborg location, Aalborg University. Can anyone tell me what is the irradiation levels for Hyderabad? Because these are all the inputs for your system. Depends upon this only you are going to get. You are going to assess the system. This is a solar. You will get idea tomorrow when you give the location Hyderabad, how the things will change, and then you can compare the levels and how yields are changing. Whether my design is good for your location or not, also you can check. This is the solar irradiation variation per a year and temperature variation for that particular location, Denmark, and wind. Wind is very high. That's what I considered here. The wind is very high for that particular location. And so biomass input is assumed as 8 tons per day. 8 tons per day. Because this we cannot take it from other sources. Okay. And this is the load estimated, load variation for a community available in university. We need to design the project to meet this load requirement. You know how I designed, what all the sources I used for the designing purpose. Then I run the simulation. That's what I discussed. My first case. What was my first case? Can anyone recall? What is the case 1? This is the case 1, correct? A represent case 1. In case 1, what is happening? You have wind, biomass, battery, and PV. What is the energy penetrated by PV? And what is the energy penetrated by biomass? And what is the energy penetrated by wind? And how much amount of energy and what is the rating of the battery is required to design the system is estimated. See, this is the Homer output. This is the Homer output. Our annual energy required for the load is estimated as 2,27,343 kilowatt hour per year. 2,27,343 kilowatt hour per year. To meet this load requirement, our generic flat plate, that means solar PV system, generated 65,539 kilowatt hour per year. That means 26% of energy produced from the solar PV plant, and the biomass produces 55.8%. That means 1,40,824 kilowatt hour per year. This generic 10 kilowatt represents wind system. Please consider this as a wind system. Produces 18.3% and 46,152 units kilowatt hour per year. The total energy produced by the system is 2,52,515 kilowatt hour per year. That means your complete system, when it comes to renewable fraction, your complete system is running with renewable energy sources. Your complete system is running with renewable energy sources. You have solar PV and wind and bio. And I just wanted to explain this excess electricity. When I wanted to explain this excess electricity, only please unmute yourself.
Yes, student, please unmute yourself. Don't interfere in the middle. If you have any doubts, you can raise at the end of the session or the completion of the topic. Please unmute yourself.
You have excess electricity. Please listen, this is very important here. And we understand that we need to meet this load demand, 2,27,343. And to meet this load demand, we have analyzed what is the energy produced by each and every source. We are able to perform the simulation and we are able to get that. And our complete system is based on 100% based on renewable energy sources. That is fine. But what is meant by this excess electricity? What is this right corner? See, one thing, only ideal system can be designed with zero excess electricity condition. That means your load demand is exactly equal to load energy generation, energy produced. But in actual system, there will be a excessive or there will be some deficient. Only ideal system shows the excess electricity is zero. Only ideal system. Otherwise, it is not possible. Unmet electricity. Every system has some unmet. Every system has some interruption. That is also within the limits. 8.58% is within the limits as per the standards. The excess electricity. Unmet electricity per annum. This is per annum. This is per year. Kilowatt hour per year. Unmet electricity is also within the limits. That means this is the best architecture results we got from Homer for the design purpose. The first case is treated as a best case because we have why we have treated best case also. I will explain in the summary because after explaining all the cases, I will tell you why we have selected this as a best case. Next. And here you are able to see what is the energy contributed and what is the load, each and everything you are able to see. But what is the sizing of the system? What is the sizing? What is the optimum sizing? Solar PV panel we selected as a 60 kilowatt, 20 kilowatt, and biomass 40, battery. You can look at. And we can analyze hours of operation. What is the number of hours operated for solar PV and number of operated hours of wind and biomass? All this can be estimated. This we can, I'll show you how to estimate in the software by using this. That means you are able to predict the penetration. You are able to predict the penetration of each source to meet the load demand. And another thing is you are able to decide the rating of the system. That means sizing of the system. Sizing is very important thing when we wanted to design any kind of system. And after that, after designing the system, you are able to predict how many hours of operation your system is working. How many hours of operation your solar PV plant or solar PV is working. How many hours of operation your wind is working. How many hours your DG is you operated. What is the minimum and maximum. And you might have studied capacity factor calculation in your power generation subject. That capacity factor calculation also we can assess by using Homer. And this is the output and this is the rating, sizing. Then after that, what is the output of each system? What is the output of each system means? When you look at this graph, first graph, this is the biomass generator output. X-axis represent years, complete year. In that year, which day you can see. And y-axis, primary y-axis represent hour of the day. Secondary y-axis represent some scale. How much amount of energy we utilize, how much amount of power we utilize, that scale. secondary y-axis represent. When we look at this, your biomass generator is operated maximum between 6 to, that means 18 to 22, that means 6 to 10 o'clock. How I analyze this? We have a scale here, secondary y-axis represent scale. The maximum utilization, our biomass generator rating is 40 kilowatts. You can see here, biomass generator rating is optimum. This rating is changing from configuration, architecture to architecture. This is the suggested rating for this architecture. If you wanted to implement your actual system by using this, you can go ahead with this rating. But when you don't want to design with this system and you wanted to design with second case, your rating of the biomass will change again. The biomass generator is operated for, because we don't have another sources there. Maybe rating may have to increase. Optimum rating may be different. That's what I wanted to tell you. And your biomass generator is operated maximum between 6 to 10. And biomass generator is operated in all other time also with less rating, with less rating condition. And you all know that this is the power output of the solar PV system. And same, x-axis represent year, day of year, and y-axis represent hour of the day, and secondary y-axis represent scale. When we look at this, the power generation for Denmark location is very less from January to March, approximately March I can consider. Maybe 90 days, first 90 days. From 90 days it started increasing. Why it is like that? When we look at our resources, what is the resources here? See, our solar panel output depends upon solar irradiation temperature. When you look at the location selected for Denmark, the solar irradiation levels are very less. The average solar irradiation is very less in the month of January, February, March. March it started peaking. Due to that, according to this, your energy output also changed. Your energy output is also changed. The maximum energy we can determine in the month of May, June, July, that we are able to get, that we are able to predict in the same manner. And this is the wind, same like that. Wind is always fluctuating. It is not based on seasonal also. It is always fluctuating. From the graph, we cannot predict what is happening. That's what I'm not explaining much about wind turbine here. And this solar PV is constant for entire cases. That means case 2 also it is constant. Case 3 also it is constant. Case 4, all the cases solar PV is constant, and wind is all. If wind is there, wind is also constant. Why it is constant? Your rating of the system is considered as a constant, and the location is constant. The climatic condition for that particular location per year is constant. Considered year is constant. Irradiation levels are constant. Temperature is constant. Then we don't need to think about solar output. Each and every case that will be constant. Next, in case 2. In case 2 architecture, what is happening here? We have only biomass and solar PV and battery. We'll discuss about battery. We have only solar PV and battery. The load demand is constant. Similarly, like previous case, the load demand is constant, 2,27,395. And the energy penetrated by solar PV is also 65,539. But here we don't have wind. Due to that, our biomass generator is operated for maximum condition. 73% of energy produced by biomass. And we can see the excessive electricity and renewable energy fractions also here. That's what I told you. In the previous case, the biomass operation is for only limited to 40 kilowatt. Now the biomass operation is increased to 50 kilowatt. Now the biomass operation is increased to 50 kilowatt. In the previous case, the energy storage batteries requirement is 74 kilowatt hour. But in case 2, the battery requirement is also increased. How will you calculate this? We will see in the next hands-on session how Homer optimizes this battery size. I'll show you in the Homer while performing the simulations. And next thing is the converter rating is also decided by 37.4 kilowatt. And the number of hours of operation is increased from previous case to this case. In the previous case, 6,358. Now this case, 7,025. Similarly, you can see what is the minimum and maximum output of each system. This is the output of the, this already we discussed, same thing I no need to discuss. We can see the maximum utilization. Previously, this is for 40 scale, this is for 50. Here also maximum utilization is taking place, biomass utilization is taking place in the evening session. Why the biomass is happening? Why biomass is used on the evening section most? When you look at the load curve, the load in the evening is more, from 6 to 10. And during that particular instant, our solar PV output also you can see here. Our solar PV output is 0. Nothing is there. Maybe we may be having some energy from battery. This is the SOC of the battery. This energy, this is also analyzed in the secondary y-axis represents the SOC percentage, hour of the day, x-axis represents the time. We may take some energy available from the battery, but we need to meet the load demand. That load demand can be met by using biomass. If you don't have this biomass, maybe this the load during this particular instant can be met by our diesel generator. Similarly, when biomass alone active, that means this is architecture 3. When biomass alone active, we have only biomass, entire load is met by biomass, and what is the energy produced each and every month in terms of megawatt hour it is represented. And the rating of the biomass 50 continuously. When you compare with the previous case, our biomass generator is continuously running for 8760. That means complete year it is running. There is no full stop. There is no stop for the biomass generator. This is the generator output, and this is a state of charge. When your biomass generator is continuously running, your SOC of the battery is always maximum. It might be less during some instance when case 3, when wind and biomass is active. During that particular instant, your AC primary load is this much to met by biomass generator and wind. Again, what is the output of generator power output and wind turbine power, and hour of the, what is the instant battery SOC. Similarly, the technical sizing of the system for this particular case study. Similarly, in case 5, when solar and diesel generator, this is what up to now what we discussed. I'm explaining only 5 cases. because same cases you will get again, and with some minor changes and with minor suggestions. And case 5, what is happening? We have only up to case 4, we have biomass, solar, wind and battery. From now, we don't have biomass. Our analysis started with diesel generator. Same load, the load is constant, but we need to meet this load requirement by using these 3 sources: solar, wind, and diesel generator. The amount of energy penetrated by each source is presented here. Excess energy is available also presented. When we compare with previous cases, the renewable fraction completely come down. Previously, up to case 4, the renewable fraction is almost 100%. But when you look at case 5, the renewable fraction is reduced to 67%. 67%. That means almost 33% of energy generated from our depend on other factors. This is the output of diesel generator output and wind turbine, and this is the SOC of the battery in each case. We'll see how to take these results by using Homer software and how to analyze in the hands-on section. Simple one case study I'm explaining what and all you can. Then the system sizing is taking place here. The diesel generator, all wind and everything is same, but diesel generator is treated with DSA represent. This is the representation of Homer. 3067 annual hours operated for diesel generator, and this is the rating of the system. Now this slide is very important. You might have seen different cases on different architectures. Each architecture, what is happening, what is the penetration of each and every case, and what is the excess energy available, what is the renewable fraction, and all those things. Sizing of the system was also we discussed by using Homer, one case study. In this slide, in this particular slide, all the results, but I am able to explain only 5 cases. Like that, we have this many cases. All those cases are consolidated and represented in this slide. In the previous case, what you are able to see, the penetration of each and every source you are able to see, and you are able to see technical specifications, nothing but the sizing of the systems. That is technical specification, sizing of the systems. The next thing is, we have not discussed anything related to economics in the previous slides. We are able to see what is the load, how much energy produced from each and every source, and how we met the load requirement, and how we size the pitches. But we have not discussed anything about NPC. This NPC LCOE terminology I will tell you tomorrow while explaining, while showing in the software. Net present cost, nothing but a life cycle cost of the system. When you design any type of system, your system should have less net present cost and less LCOE. Less LCOE. When you look at different architectures here, each architecture is represented here. Their emissions, consumption of resources, and their LCOE estimation, NPC estimation, each and everything is represented here. When we represent all these things here, that's what I discussed. Our first case is winning case, rank 1. Whether we wanted to go ahead with that, we can go ahead. Otherwise, no. That is decided by the designer again. Why our first case is optimum? That's what case 1 is optimum. When we look at this case, the LCOE is very less comparing that of all the cases available here. And the net present cost is also very less comparing that of this. And battery storage is also less. And 100% renewable fraction is taking place. In this case, the emissions is also very less. That means the best architecture among all these cases are represented as the first case. That case is called PV, wind, biomass, and battery. And this is the sizing of the system represented here. This is the economic parameters such as NPC and LCOE of operating system, operating cost, and biomass. This is the biomass in tons. Per year, how much biomass utilization is also very less in the first case. See, first our objective is to meet load requirement by solar and wind. Then if it is not available, only biomass comes into picture, because biomass also we have given some value, some $10 per ton or something is considered. Some $10 per ton or something is considered while performing the simulation. I'll show you in the simulation that. That means based on this, you can decide which one to select for the design. That means you have seen the case study in terms of technically, economically, and environmentally, whether it is fit for that particular location, which combination I have to select, all those things you can decide. This is a summarized optimum results of the all the combinations. Some drawbacks also Umar has. The drawbacks also I'll explain. Black box approach. What is meant by black box approach? Homer has an optimization algorithm. How optimization is taking place is not revealed or not predictable. Next one is require more computation time as existing optimization techniques. That means when you go for MATLAB and all, your optimization time may be less. In Homer, the optimization time increases. Optimization time is very high. Why optimization time is high? The optimization time depends upon your input parameters. Suppose you wanted to check your project for every uncertainty issues. Every change you wanted to check. For every change, the simulation takes place. What is meant by change? Already we discussed. Change in fuel cost, change in solar radiation, change in wind velocity, change in load condition. Suppose some 10 kilowatt load is changed to 100 megawatt. What will happen? For that change, again, simulation takes place. Again, we'll get the results. Then again, some time. Like that, how many inputs you are giving, how many uncertainty parameters you are giving. For each uncertainty, your simulation takes place and you will get a results. And Homer does not consider intra-hours variability. That means in between, if any variation is there, that Homer will not consider. But that there is an option to give. You can give an option saying that within an hour, some 5% variation is there, some 10% variation is there, some 20% variation is there. When you give that, it is considered. Power quality related issues are not considered in Homer. Power quality issues, that means sag, swell, mitigations, and interfacing with grid, and what problems we have, all those things will not be considered. This is the drawback of Homer. And this is the link for the installation of Homer Pro. I request all of you to install Homer by tomorrow. We'll have a session tomorrow regarding Homer hands-on. Start your free trial. This is free for 21 hours, 21 days. All of you can install. Afternoon session, we'll have DC microgrid and solar systems. Brief review about that, and we'll have a hands-on session tomorrow. Afternoon session, we'll have a solar DC